that? Is that better?
Yep. Yes.
Okay, cool. Are we live now?
Oh, yes.
You betcha.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Again, I'm going to be buying an Ethernet cable this week. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of the Titan City Chronicles, Clambake Chaos. My name is Alexander Thomas, and as always, I will be your humble game master. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in with us tonight as we reach the penultimate episode of The Lost and Forgotten. That's right. Next week, we'll feature the finale of the Lost and Forgotten, but not the Titan City Chronicles themselves. The goal of this Tuesday night show is to showcase this setting, so we are telling relatively short stories, 4 to 6 weeks on average, before we jump to a different time period with different characters. So next week, we will have the finale of The Lost and the Forgotten, and the following week, we actually have a super special show planned. It will be a World War II story featuring Mutants and Masterminds developer Crystal Frazier as our special guest. That will be a 4-hour one-shot starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, so please mark your calendars for the 28th. You're not going to want to miss that show. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. This game takes place in the Titan City universe, the setting of my novel series. Titan City is a film noir meets urban fantasy, meets golden age superhero setting where costume crime fighters face off against mythical creatures and colorful supervillains. We are playing Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, the world's greatest superhero RPG, developed by the awesome folks over at Green Ronin Publishing. Thanks to my publisher, Kaya Knight Publishing, we will be doing a giveaway for an ebook copy of the first novel in the Titan City Chronicles, The Magician's Sin, tonight. Please stick around to the break for your chance to win. We've got a wonderful group of heroes assembled today. Say hi, heroes.
Hi, heroes.
Hi, heroes.
If you would like to learn more about them, please visit our social media for a brief bio or ask them questions in the chat. They like to answer people in there. Needless to say, they are all stupendous, even when they are burning down vast swaths of Titan City.
Was one time.
The building was insured.
It wasn't even Minerva.
Right? Minerva's
Right.
innocent.
It was those darn Jupiter Enterprise.
Yeah, I saw Jake.
Not us. Yeah.
Minerva is innocent of this crime.
So without further ado, let's jump right in. Last week, our heroes continued their search for the missing monsters, heading over to Yan Shun's pet shop to look for clues. Along the way, Minerva ran into the rabbi who granted her life or intercepted her soul on the way to the afterlife, depending on who you ask. He apologized for his role in her fate and said that someone at Club Tartarus said he could help her back into her human body if she so desired. She said she had to think about that. Meanwhile, the other heroes ran into the blinded Gorgon Festema, leader of the anti-human monsters in Titan City, and managed to talk her down from attacking them. She said that she would stay out of their way while they investigated the missing monsters so long as they kept her in the loop. Clues in the pet shop once again pointed to Clay Massey, Serena's gardener and the caretaker of our great friend Orpheus the cat. They went to his apartment in Little Moscow to confront him, but a squad of Jupiter Enterprises goons led by Mr. Hunt arrived to attack Silver Vault. Clay fled into the sewers with Minerva hot on his heels, while the other 3 fended off the triggermen. The building was burned down in the ensuing fight, but Champion made sure everyone was safe. Mr. Hunt and his associates were killed, and the group made off with Clay back to Club Tartarus. There, Clay revealed that he was the owner of the Yao Guai wish box and had been using it to scheme to force Serena to love him again. He was once Karl Kleiner, a German veteran of World War I and Serena's former fiancée. He wished for a new identity and wished her to safety, but when she refused him, he gave her over to the children of Adam. Clay/Carl was going to use a wish to kill the heroes, but Mr. Powers exploded him mid-sentence. Now, we join our heroes as they make their preparations to attend the Children of Adam Clambake at Founders Church. So, how is everybody doing?
Good, we're doing good.
Just watched a man explode. It's casual.
Super casual.
I have to clean up this. I have to clean up this office before I can do any prep. You realize that?
That's why we did it in your office, Minerva.
It would have been great if it happened on the floor of Club Tartarus. You know, with all the different time periods overlapping. I don't know how many scientists he would have had in that night that would have wanted to study that moment.
Oh, he exploded.
And how does that make you feel?
Get out of here, Sigmund Freud. You're not even a real scientist.
It's not about my parents.
Karawasi, you actually called Ferguson to come down to meet you at the club. And sure enough, after a few minutes, you do hear Eric at the bar saying, is Silver Volt here? He's got a guest waiting at the bar.
I'll go up and meet Ferguson and usher him to our booth.
Yeah, and you see Ferguson's carrying this big metal pail. You can see there's a few bars on the front of it, and you can see Frop is inside there.
Oh, my boy.
And he's looking real dizzy. He's just kind of rolling back and forth as a big frog with his tongue sort of lolling out of his mouth just a little bit.
I'm going to give that boy a martini.
Frop or Ferguson?
Yes.
Frop.
Mm-hmm.
And Ferguson looks real tired. He's got this metal case with him, and you see he's got a couple of papers bundled up underneath his other arm, and he comes over to the booth with you, and he puts it down. Hey, man, what's going on? They kicked me out of the lab.
They kicked you out completely?
Yeah, they made me hand in my badge, and they said I was fired.
Well, that is very unfortunate.
I agree. I have to pay rent this month.
Well, just come sit down. Come sit down.
Yeah, he sits Frop on the table, and he kind of sits down at the booth and looks around. He doesn't seem like he likes it here.
Well, Ferguson, first thing I want to say is I never thought they'd fire you.
Yeah, me either.
So to make this conversation a little bit easier on the both of us, I will pull out 200 of my stolen dollars and slide it over to him.
Well, that's a pretty good severance package, I guess.
That should last you for a decent amount of time. I don't know what your spending habits are, but hopefully it'll do.
I've been a lab rat for the last 3 years. I don't really have spending habits.
Oh, then this is like a gold mine to you. Well, the reason I asked you here is, I'm not going to lie. First, did you finish the radar?
I did finish the vampire radar you asked for. And he reaches into the pocket of his coat. And he pulls out this silver vial that has this little streak of red fluid in it, almost like a level you would use in construction. And there's a little radar dish on the end of it, and there's a sort of circulating Tesla coil with electricity kind of arcing off of it. You see there's a compass in the bottom of it.
Nice.
It says if you point this in a direction, it'll lead you to the closest source of, well, I guess Florian's blood.
Nice.
Whether that's Florian himself or a vampire who was made by Florian, I haven't figured out how to make it specific to one specific vampire.
Well, Ferguson, not going to lie, I thought this was going to be the project that was going to get you promoted.
Well, you're lucky I stole it. They tried to take it.
Ah. I didn't think you had a bone of loyalty in you.
Look, I'm not loyal to Jupiter Enterprises, I can tell you that much.
Hey, that's enough for me.
I like you, Karawasi, as much as I hate you.
A lot of people have been saying that. So far, it's like up to 2. I talk to myself sometimes.
Fear and loathing in Titan City.
So, the reason you were fired, do you remember that job I did where I had to go collect the powder?
Yeah, I remember that.
And do you remember the lab getting swatted for a Project Rebirth?
Yeah, with that asshole Hunt.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he's dead.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Get another round here. But anyway, Jupiter Enterprises was kidnapping monsters. And they're planning to use the mind control drugs to probably take over the city, or at least the monster population. So they got Serena Wagner. They've got a Minotaur, and they've got a Yagwai.
Yeah. when they kicked me out, they took my badge, and I stuck around for a second. I overheard them talking about sublevel 6. Turns out sublevel 6 isn't a level beneath Jupiter Tower. It's not in the same area as our lab was.
Oh, nice.
It's out by Ohansi Lake. It has its own compound, I hear.
Well, that makes things a lot easier for us.
I mean, you still have to storm a Jupiter Enterprises compound. And what are you doing exactly? Freeing the monsters? Keeping the monsters?
I'm probably going to be freeing the monsters. They tried to make me resign earlier, but I denied their request. Do you recognize this puppy? And I put the bolt rifle on the table.
Yeah, I built that.
Well, I got it back for you. That asshole Amazon tried to put a hit on me.
Well, she probably didn't like you talking about Mr. Powers or whatever.
Yeah. But either way, it's located out by the lake. Do you know anything else besides that?
Just that it's out that way. I was eavesdropping, so I didn't get a lot of information.
Okay. So what are you gonna do for work now? Since, they own the city.
I'm not sure. Maybe see if I can find a job with one of the new superheroes or something. What about that? What about that guy you're running around with in the khakis? You think he needs help?
Khakis? I don't pay attention to how people dress. Are you talking about the wrestler or the mobster?
The wrestler guy.
If he has money, I'm sure he'll pay you. I'm sure he'll actually overpay you if you push him a little bit.
Maybe I'll check in with him, see if he needs anything invented or anything worked on. Unless you have something in mind.
I actually spoke with a man named Hef by the Amazons. He might be able to hook you up with something. He's a big nerd about making stuff, so I thought you guys would get along.
Yeah, I'll check in with him, see if it's a good fit.
One last thing. Do you know what happened to my apartment/office/cot?
Well, they seized everything inside it and took it down for company storage.
No, that's unfortunate. Well, most of those books were for decoration anyway.
Hey, if you want to go launch in a one-man war to get your book back, that's on you.
No. Well, I appreciate everything you've done, Ferguson. And you can stay here drinking as long as you want. We're actually using Minerva's tab right now.
Well, I will let you talk to Minerva about that, but I will get another shot.
There we go. That's my boy. Can we get another one for the frog, please? And my friend?
They're bringing shots for Frop because they don't know if he's sentient or not, so they're bringing him if you ask for them.
If we give him enough, he'll about to be.
Frop's just white girl wasted.
Those darn 25th century frog people.
Come in here swearing all the time with this hippity-hoppity bullshit.
Awesome. So you have your vampire radar. Ferguson's going to lean back. You guys sort of chill for the evening, chatting away about the evils of capitalism and how much of the world Jupiter Enterprises is going to take over before somebody puts a stop to it.
Rage against the machine, man.
Meanwhile, elsewhere in Titan City, we join Liam, who is heading to the foundry in Smithburg.
Yeah. And when I get there, I'm just gonna walk right in through the front.
Perfect. You do see it as much the way you remember it. The foundry itself is sort of a large, very ostentatious building for a mob front. It has a circulating spotlight on top, and there's this big neon sign where a hammer comes down and strikes an anvil every now and then sparks of neon shatter down above the door. And the bouncer is sitting there waiting for you. Says, "Oi, Liam, how you doing tonight?"
Pretty awful, but is the boss in?
"Oh yeah, Kieran and Mr. Kelly's here. What's so awful about it?"
It's just about to be a long night, and a long morning, and probably a long tomorrow too, and
Oh, yeah.
probably a long the next day as well. Maybe forever, actually.
I've been there before, mate. There anything I could do for you?
Not shoot me later.
Why would anybody shoot the legendary Liam Slane?
Well,
You have a whole maneuver named after yourself.
that I do. But take care of yourself now, okay?
Oh, you too, Liam.
And I'll walk inside.
Yeah, you walk inside. It's the way you usually expect it. It's got a whole bunch of round circular tables spread out all over the floor, and hanging from the ceiling is various assorted ironworks. So you see hammers, you see anvils, you see sort of hooks and nails and all sorts of things that have been cast and forged. Presumably not here, but to fit that aesthetic. And it is happening tonight. There's a whole bunch of folks in. You see Mr. Kelly at the far end of the bar, and he's got a shot of brandy up. And when he sees you come in, he kind of gestures to you. He says, "Oh, there's the man of the hour, isn't it? Liam, get up here, you bastard."
And I'll make my way up there.
Did you boys believe that this guy right here single-handedly put a stop to Ivan Solnich and a bunch of Russian muscle? Right in the middle of their big plan. I could kiss you like a son, boy.
Oh,
Matter of fact, I think I will. And he kind of grabs you by the face and just kisses you on the forehead.
oof. I actually need to talk to you, boss. You got a moment to talk somewhere a little more private?
Oh, look at that, boys. He's going to fleece me for a raise. Maybe I'll give it to him. We'll see. And he'll get off the stage and he'll walk with you wherever you want to go. He's got a back office.
Yeah, I'll head there.
And he plops down in his chair. He looks over at you. Kind of this tall, regal, older Irish gentleman. He takes his coat off and drapes it around the back of his chair before he sits down.
I'm gonna take my hat off and kind of run my hand through my hair and well, boss, you done right by me, and I think I'm just gonna lay it out. I
don't like the way this conversation's starting, boy.
I think it's time I retire.
Retire? What's this your sister's doing? She's gotten to your head.
No. Boss, you ever go down there and really take a look at the folks we keep down there in the cages?
Not particularly, not unless they are going out for a job.
You ever talk to them?
Only the ones that need talking to.
Well, I have to talk to them. That's part of the job. And do you know that they all have kids, families? Some of them even got jobs.
You're going soft on me, boy.
I don't think I'm going soft, boss. Just earlier today, I killed more Russians and Jupiter Enterprise goons than I can count. I just don't know that I've got the itch to beat down the people that are already hated by everybody around them.
Please roll a persuasion check. Roll high.
Liam also definitely has his hands like right over his cigars. You said persuasion.
Yep.
Well, that is a 9.
You happy with a 9?
Not with that tone, so I'm going to use my luck point.
No matter what
And-
happens, Liam, you can roll a Tommy gun check.
All right, that's much better. 22,
That is much better.
but not good enough. Ah!
Yeah, he kind of looks at you. And he steeples his hands together and he says, "Look, boy, I'm not going to pretend to tell you how to conduct yourself with these creatures. All right, they're not people like you and me. They're monsters. They're the kind of things that come out of fairy tales and feed on the blood of the innocent and eat children and drag them off to dark places to do God knows what. And they've been doing it for hundreds of years. Hundreds, thousands of years before we ever even knew they existed. But you have done a great service to me and to the Kelly gang as a whole. I have it in my power to turn you into a made man. And I think if anybody from the Kelly gang deserves that kind of benefit, it's you. So, I've made you.
Just see all of the stress just drop out of Liam's shoulders. Thank you, boss.
You're welcome. Now get out of here before I change my mind.
On the way out, do you mind if I grab grenade or two?
That's a big ask, isn't it? Fine. Use it to kill some Russians for me.
Can do, boss. And I'll on my way out, I'll stop by the armory, and he's got a spring in his step, and he picks up the first grenade, he twirls around and sticks it in his pocket, picks up the second grenade, twirls around and sticks it in his pocket, and just almost skips and whistles out of the club.
Awesome. So Liam goes heading off into the night to relax and prepare for the morning. Meanwhile, Champion, what are you up to?
Well, it's the 1920s, and Champion is in his 20s, and he's probably going to die tomorrow, so this seems like an opportune time to get roaring drunk, hence the roaring 20s. So, head home, change into civvies. So I mean, there's a lot of weird stuff in the last couple of days that, never really occurred to this red shirt superhero. So, he's going to have that, tomorrow we may die, visit to the club, see what he can stir up.
Does he have a place in particular he likes to go?
There's an echo in here. Probably someplace downtown. Club Tartarus obviously is not his normal hangout. Someplace popular with the up and coming crowd in Olympus.
Awesome. Do you have a name for the place, or do you want me to come up with something?
If you didn't have a specific place, High Tops.
High Tops, perfect. High Tops it is. So you head on up. It is sort of a speakeasy kind of vibe, so there is like that whole that whole lower business to legitimize everything, and then you meet the bouncer who's very familiar with you and your work. Well, your Playboy work, not your superhero work.
Yeah, that's still top secret. Even though everyone obviously knows who I am. Note to self: make a bigger mask.
Wear a whole face mask. So do you go by Drew in your regular in your regular identity? The bouncer sort of says, "Hey, Drew, what's going on, man? And we haven't seen you in a couple of days. That's weird for you."
It's been a hectic week, that's for sure. That's why I'm here. Let off some steam.
Like, yeah, we have a special tonight. Buy one get one on the bootlegger stuff.
Nice.
White Lightning came through for us. Him and the Whiskey Boys. They brought in some real good stuff from up in the mountains.
That sounds like just what the doctor ordered.
Good. Make sure you drink it with your right eye closed, though.
Gotcha.
And he kind of pats you on the back, and you head on up stairs to the speakeasy part. And you see, sure enough, this is kind of happen in place with the younger elite crowd of Titan City. You see a whole bunch of flappers and dandies sort of dressed up to the nines, all enjoying each other's company. Up at the bar, you see the bartender himself. He's kind of dressed like an old 1800s saloon owner. He's got the white puffy dress shirt, the black vest, the cuff around his arm. And you also see your old friend Emma sitting at the bar.
Oh boy.
What does Emma look like?
She's got shoulder length, curly, sort of dirty blonde hair. Kind of prim and proper. It's odd for her to be in a place like this. So, I might have to have some of that White Lightning before I approach her.
Yeah, you see she's sort of sitting at a bar. She's got a long cigarette holder, and she's sort of observing everything. And there is a seat beside her that's open.
Okay. So I will order 2 drinks, and if I remember what her favorite drink is, I'll try to make sure that's it.
I wonder if they have Shirley Temples in Titan City. That implies there's a Shirley Temple in Titan City.
So sort of slide into the, take a moment to sort of work up the courage and then, put on a brave face. Well, it seems like we just can't get away from each other. Slide a drink over in front of her.
Drew.
Yeah. What's a girl like you doing in a place like that? Oh, I was going to ask you the same question.
I'm here. I'm just observing the wildlife. She kind of gestures to all the people around. You do see that there's a radio in the corner that is playing some hoppin' jazz music.
Okay.
Why are you
observing the wildlife?
Yeah. Are you one of the animals that comes here very often?
Sometimes they even confuse me for the king of the jungle, if you know what I mean.
I'm glad you haven't changed at all, Drew.
Oh, that cuts deep, Emma. That cuts deep. So, I have changed a lot, actually, since the old Sacred Heart days. So what has you casing out a place like High Tops? Scientific curiosity, or this doesn't seem like your style?
Well, and that's when somebody taps you on the shoulder. And you see there's sort of this brawny-looking man behind you. And he looks down at you and he says, "Hey, Emma, who's this guy?" "Ben, this is Drew." "Drew, this is Ben. He's my date tonight."
Oh, I see. Well, so kind of give Ben sort of a cold glare, trying to play off that he's more bothered by it than he wants to be. So just trying to, tip the glass and, well, I'll let you get back to your Safari then.
No, wait. Maybe you can stay and reminisce a little bit. Is that okay, Ben? Do you think it's okay if he hangs out for a second? I kind of. She catches herself from saying "miss." She says, "I just want to catch up with him." And Ben kind of looks over and he says, I'll be back. I'm gonna go get a smoke. Don't try anything funny, pretty boy.
And if I did, what would you do about it?
Well, I got a couple of Chicago overcoats that'll fit you, I think. Kind of looks you up and down.
We'll see. I'll just sort of wait till he turns away and then quirk an eyebrow at her. Really? A mobster? That's your thing?
He's good to me, Drew. And you were kind of
Wow.
crazy, too.
Speaking of people changing, whoa. I was, okay, I was a little exuberant. This guy. You?
Exuberant?
Oh, that's a big word, I know. I've been training.
You broke Charlie's legs in 15 places.
Okay, I was a little amped up, all right? This talk about people changing. So what's the story here? Like you and Chicago mobster?
Look, all right, Ben's a little alpha male, but he gets that way when handsome guys come around.
Let's not go farther than beta, and that's being generous. Let's be serious here.
Look, Drew, what are you even doing with your life right now, huh? Are you still wrestling?
Not exactly. I'm looking to make a different kind of impression on the world.
Did you get a degree? Did you graduate? What are you even doing? Do you have a job?
Well, I think of it as philanthropy. The trust fund pays the bills and what?
That means you're broke.
No, I'm not. I'm here, aren't I? I paid for your drink with what? My charm? Come on.
I don't know, Drew. I'm worried about you, all right?
Oh, I can see that. I can see that you're just all broke up about it.
I didn't think you were ever coming back.
Well, you didn't wait real long. I'll toss down the white white lightning and signal for another.
Bartender will come over and pour you one. You see it comes in this bottle that has a lightning bolt etched on it that glows a little bit. And he'll pour you double if you want.
Yeah.
She's like, look, we had something special, but you went crazy. You went crazy. It was just a game, Drew.
Well, isn't life a game? Toss back the double.
Life's not a game.
Really? Because I feel like I've been played.
What do you want me to say, Drew?
I don't know. I'm not sure I could trust whatever you do say.
Look, I'm sorry. Is that what you want? You want me to say I'm sorry?
Yeah, sure. You're sorry. I'm sorry. Everybody's sorry. Is there a medallion in this part? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry. Went all pulp there for a second. I'll order another double to go and say, well, I imagine he smokes pretty quick, so I'll vacate your seat. So you take care of yourself, Emma.
You too, Drew. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I will find several other attractive young ladies in the club to spend another few hours with drinking more White Lightning than I should. And probably get tossed out around midnight, and the driver will throw me in the back of the car, and I will wake up at maybe 4 a.m. in the airy with a pounding headache, going, "Oh God, the Clambake is in a half an hour."
Yeah, right. It's at 4:30 in the morning. So
if I get up before, I was like, "Oh, that was stupid." So yeah.
awesome.
And of course, being as the coupe is a little banged up, I will gargle some aspirin and gear up and go start the motor on Hermes and head to the rendezvous.
Perfect. Minerva, what do you do to prepare for the evening, other than cleaning your office?
I didn't say so. Minerva takes a decent amount of time to clean Carl out of her office furniture, and then sits down at her desk. She pulls out the photo. She pulls back the photo. She puts it back up. The one of her parents and her brother and her sister, the whole family photo thing, and she kind of stares at it for a while, and then shakes her head, and she puts it back down on the table in front of her, and she grabs her phone and she calls over to Melora and Hef over there at the Amazons.
Yeah, Hef will pick up. Blackburn House, this is Hef speaking.
Hef, it's Minerva.
Oh, Minerva, how are you doing tonight?
Well, not so well. Not so well.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is anything I can do to help?
Put me through to Melora, if she's awake.
Here, I can put you through to Melora. She's around. Let me get my operator board here. Oh heck, how does this thing work? No, hold on. If you get disconnected, please call back. And you hear him pulling on some stuff on the board, and he sticks it into the thing, and you hear it ringing again. And Melora's voice answers.
Melora, it's Minerva.
Oh, Minerva, how are you? How's it going? I have news for you.
No, I have news for you. But you first.
Well, I found out who that sword belongs to.
Otreya?
Yeah, how'd you know? Wait, do you know Otreya?
Ran into her last night.
Are you sure you ran into her? Because you're still speaking to me.
Mr. Power's name is the only reason I'm still speaking to you.
Well, at least she has at least one piece of common sense left in her stupid head.
Yeah.
She's a traitor. She's dangerous.
She's collecting vampires for Jupiter Enterprises. And not just vampires, other monsters too.
Why?
Something about a Project Rebirth. I don't know what that means.
That sounds not good.
No.
I don't know anything about Project Rebirth. That's not an Amazon thing.
I didn't figure. It's Jupiter. I don't know what's going on with it. All I know is Serena. We found Serena. We think she's with the children of Adam. But
That's
the Minotaur, but the Minotaur and the Yaogwai probably aren't. They might be part of this whole Project Rebirth thing.
So what can we do?
The others and I are going to see about getting Serena back from the children of Adam. They've got a Clambake in a few hours. Hopefully we can slip in while they're distracted. We were invited by Serena's social worker.
Huh.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that. But we can get in, no problem. We're just hoping we can slip away and get Serena out of there before anything happens.
Optimistic, but I appreciate the optimism.
Well, somebody's got to be. So there's that, and then do you mind if I run something by you?
Sure.
If you had a chance to go back to the way things were before all of this, would you take it?
You mean before everybody found out that monsters are real?
Yeah, before all of that. Actually, there's that, and I don't actually know. Were you born in Amazon? Did they pick you? I don't know how it works.
I was chosen.
You were
I was rescued off the streets in Edinburgh and brought into the order, and I've been here ever since. Hera chose me from that chapter house and brought me here to Titan City to get the blessings.
I see.
It is a choice. I mean, I had a say in the matter, but I don't think it's anything like what you went through.
No. I ran into the rabbi, the one that created the golem body. He said that he's the only one that would be able to put me back. But I'm dead. My family buried me. Or I was buried in an unmarked grave. They believe I'm dead. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth being able to feel, to touch again, to be without them, or to just continue like this.
Well, I know that you are using your gift to help people.
Right.
And you were using your life before that to help people. I believe that maybe this is your fate. You were supposed to do this. Anybody could have been plucked from the ether and put in that golem, but destiny or fate or the fates chose you. I chose my gift, and I've been using it to make the world a better place. You've been using your gift to make the world a better place. So I don't know if I can recommend going back to the way things were, but I also don't know what it feels like to be a golem. So
I know. It's been weighing on me, and you're the first one I've been able to share that with. So
I can talk to Galatea if you want, see if she has a magical know-how about what it would be like.
It just seems like, I mean, putting a spirit in a dead body, I mean, would I even be, it's not going to, I don't know. I'd appreciate it.
I'll talk to her about it. I'm not sure how much of the embalming process is, it would be reversed by the magic. It's in Club Tartarus, right? I'm sure Mr. Powers has something to help with that.
I'm sure, but I mean, I did ask him to keep looking. I don't know what I expected. My body to be hooked up in a hospital, maybe not actually dead. That's something to go back to. I mean, if I go back in that body, I can't even go home.
Yeah. Would you even want to go home back to what was happening?
I mean, I miss everyone, but it was really not much. I mean, it was home, but it wasn't. I was finding my own life.
Yeah.
No.
I think this is where you belong. But that's not my decision to make.
I know, but
you're good at it.
I appreciate the counsel.
And if you need help with Project Rebirth and Otrea, let me know, and I'll see who I can gather to get out there.
We're going to. The four of us storming at Jupiter Enterprises base is probably a lost cause, especially if Otrea is there. I got the sense that she could have sliced me in twain before we even knew what happened.
Well, it's not Otrea I'm worried about. I mean, I am worried about Otrea. She would kill you, but her boss, Hera told me her boss is just called the Destroyer, and he He's a creature of darkness who wants to plunge the universe into unending oblivion. So, I mean, I wouldn't tangle with him either.
Wow.
If it's up to you.
And here I just thought he was a tech conglomerate that wanted to basically own the world.
Well, maybe one is the same thing. Maybe that's just the end goal of capitalism.
Maybe. All right. Well, I have another phone call to make. I appreciate the assistance and the counsel and the ear. And I'll call you when we're ready to storm, because we'll need you.
Yeah, we'll be there if you need us.
Appreciate it.
Call me back with the logistics when you figure them out. And good luck
Will
with the
do.
Clambake.
Thanks. So she'll hang up the phone and then she'll dial Festima.
Awesome.
So
Festima picks up.
Yep. I told you that I'd keep you in the loop.
You have always been a creature of your word, Minerva.
Well, I try. Sometimes I think that's the only thing that can separate people from monsters of the nature, not us. You know what I mean. It's been a long night.
Oh, believe me, the humans are all the monsters anyway.
The children of Adam have Serena. We're going to take her. We're going to go get her back. The Minotaur and the Yaogwai think Jupiter Enterprises have them. We don't know exactly where yet, but Serena will hopefully be able to point us in the right direction. I don't want you showing up to this Children of Adam meeting, because you will just throw everything into chaos. We don't want there to be any martyrs on that side, so that they just continue doing what they're doing.
Well, I see that. I will honor your counsel as a thank you for keeping me in the loop. If you need more, let me know and I'll back you up.
Will do. Thank you.
You're welcome. And she'll hang up.
Okay. So with that, Minerva will probably take a little bit of time to kind of collect her thoughts, meditate for a bit, and then get ready to head out and meet up with the rest of the group.
Awesome. Cool. So the rest of the group, you guys sort of rest. You get hungover, you get real drunk, and then you get hungover again. And you guys accumulate. Back at Club Tartarus, ready to head over to Founders Church for this Clambake. Champion, can you tell us what your vehicle looks like? What was its name again?
Hermes.
Hermes, that's right.
Yes.
I was going to say Mercury, but I was in the wrong pantheon.
That's right. Oh, right pantheon, wrong pew, you know. It's it is a gyrocopter that is an Art Deco monstrosity. So of course, not trusting the roof of Club Tartarus is probably parked on an adjacent roof, because who knows what might be lurking on the roof of Club Tartarus. Scratch up my paint before we even get to show it off. Now it does. It will only carry 3 of us, but since Silver Volt has shown his ability to fly very fast anyway, I figure he's kind of okay.
You guys are going to be arriving in style.
Yeah.
Were you at a bar?
How can you tell?
Oh man!
My breath gives you a contact. Contact
You can
buzz.
smell the sugar from the apple teenies, champion.
Apple.
Are you? Did somebody drive you over here?
No, look. Hermes. This is my other vehicle.
What?
Come on, up the ladder. Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, you're gonna fly us over there?
Well, yeah. Since somebody likes to throw my car through the air anyway, and that vehicle needs some repair work, I thought I'd save Volt the trouble. And we just take the flying vehicle. I'm fine, really.
Minerva, not
fine.
to make you worried, but there are gashes on the side of those skyscrapers over there.
Isn't this a bad idea? Showing up with so much panache.
Yeah, we're the guest of honor.
Yeah, we're
No,
the guests.
no, we're not. We were just invited to come. I mean, they would probably pass these out to anybody on the street trying to get them to come to the church.
That hurts. That hurts, Minerva. That really hurts.
We can get a banner on the helicopter.
What?
I'm just saying, if we get a banner with the Children of Adam's logo on it and land with it, they'll all love it. They won't question it. It's good PR.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
And not the drunk pilot.
All of this sounds like a really bad idea.
That's why I'm flying.
Just get in.
If you do the banner, I think we should do.
We're not putting a banner on it. We're not putting a banner on it. No banners. We gotta go.
Yeah.
Come
Liam,
on,
are you
Minerva.
getting in
Liam,
that
get
thing?
in.
I'm fine. So
I'll
she'll-
look up-
she'll get in, but she'll sit in the front. Keep an eye on Champion.
It's a small passenger area. There's, it's all cozy. It's all good.
It's like Den Mother, activate. I'll be right back.
Now, this time I feel like I'm not even busting your chops. You do actually know how to fly this thing, right?
Okay. I flew it here. Do you get that? Like, I don't live on the roof next to Club Tartarus. I flew it here.
I don't know.
It's fine. It's just,
You smell like you do.
There's dried. Is that? Why
the
is that
beauty
red
of
paint?
flying is there's not a lot of traffic. It's all good.
Liam, if that thing falls out of the air, I'll catch you.
Mighty gentlemanly of you.
So you just got to make sure you get out of the helicopter if it starts falling, okay?
If you do jump really far to the side, because if you just jump out a little bit, then the blades will probably, yeah.
Can we not talk about that? Can we just go and hopefully make it in one
That's
piece?
what I've been saying. Get in.
I am
Get
in.
into the chopper.
Get in the
All right.
chopper.
I will
All right.
fire up the
I wish
blade.
Ferguson could see this.
Who's Ferguson?
You know what? We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Okay, great. So off we go.
The helicopter noises.
I'm going to fly slightly behind and below the helicopter so I have time to catch it.
Note to self, install an oil slick on the helicopter.
Oof. All right. I'm going to deal everybody a hero point.
Hey.
Oh. All right. So you guys all load up in the champion copter, the Hermes,
Yeah.
and you zip on up to the Founders Church, which is the oldest church in Titan City. It was the first church established by the original founders of the city, hence the name. And as you guys fly over, you do notice that the church has been arrayed for this grand event. You see there are loads of people here. You do see that this part of town, the Parkhurst district, is the historical district, so all of the buildings still have some of that colonial feel to them. Looks like they've tried to preserve as much of this as they can for just for prosperity. Where would you like to park Hermes in relation to the church?
I assume there's a parking lot nearby.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You do see that
1920s parking lot.
it's a flat space.
Yeah.
There's some cars there. couple automobiles.
Yeah, it's an auto gyro. It's not a full-size helicopter. We can make it with no problem.
Yeah. So, you guys see that it looks like almost 100 people have arrived for this event at the church. You do see that there is this sort of well-kept hedge maze or hedgerow that kind of goes all the way around the church. And there are a number of banners for the children of Adam. You do see there's a big sign that says Clambake today, sun salutation. And you see everybody seems to be in pretty good spirits. You can smell the melting butter and the sort of cooking of the clams that are going on, mixed with sort of the briny smell of the bay just north of you guys. And you see that there's a lot of people here, all dressed very well, sort of their Sunday best. And you guys make your entrance. What would you like to do? You guys are coming from the south up to the north.
Okay. So do we see, as we're walking up, do we happen to see the social worker?
You do. Oh,
Okay.
I forgot to mention also this map. I didn't make this map. I usually make our maps, but this one comes from Crosshead Maps, who I found on Patreon.
Nice.
They make amazing maps for tabletop RPGs. I just grabbed it and made it black and white
Nice.
for our purposes. But you do see the social worker. He's kind of out front. You see he's standing there. Does anybody have the well-informed advantage?
Nope, I have contacts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe I have the same.
Cool.
I've got
so you-
electricity.
So you see the social workers over here with this cluster of people
Mm-hmm.
just in front of the church. He's standing beside a guy who looks like a smarmy politician priest. And to the left of him is a guy who's dressed like a puritanical witch hunter.
Oh gosh.
Got the big wide brim black hat, the buckle, sort of the long duster overcoat. He has this sort of fierce scowl on his face, sort of a grisly white and gray 5 o'clock shadow that he's wearing. And he's got a big Bible in one hand.
So I take it back, Alex. I do have well informed.
Cool. So, Liam, you know that the politician guy is Roy Alston, who is the leader of the Children of Adam.
Oh,
Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy.
I'll like lean into the front and just casually yell underneath the sound of the helicopter blades as much as possible.
I would think we're walking over at this point.
Yeah. The blades are shut down. It's all good.
Just a little louder than I intended because I'm still like
Still
cleaning
dizzy
out
from
my
the
ears.
helicopter.
Yeah.
Slightly deaf.
What?
This is the wave of the future, man. I'm telling you.
Everybody gets a private aircraft.
Are they always that loud?
Yeah, I think that'll be around 2006. Be wild times.
That guy right there in the dressed all fancy, he's the top guy.
Oh, so he's the one we have to stay away from, right?
Sure.
Owens does see you guys, and he sort of runs over to you and kind of grabs your hand, champion.
Hey, well, easy there. Easy.
I'm just glad you guys came. It's such a pleasure to see people out here who are actually fighting the good fight.
Is it
Come here,
Sunday?
come here. It is Sunday,
Okay.
and it's right around 4 o'clock in the morning.
Got it.
Yep.
Was there a reason we're doing this early in the morning again?
Because
the
the sun comes up in like 30 minutes and Serena's going to be
that
popped.
means it's going to be very bright. Oh, God.
Mhm.
Ah. Whew. Oh, I'm thinking this was a bad idea.
And Owen says, "You guys should come over here and meet Mr. Alston. He's great.
Mm.
He'll want to see that you guys are here."
How did you tell him about us?
I told him that I might have some special guests arriving.
Oh.
Well, go on, champion. You're the one who got out here with the flare. Show him your helicopter.
Yeah, I've never heard him be a one to miss a chance to shake some hands.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Let's go talk to Mr. Olsted.
I'll just make meaningful eye contact with Champion and try to convey the idea that, like, he'll know where Serena is.
Oh, gotcha.
Just in blinks out in Morse code.
Beep 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 beep.
Just like, behind the guy's eye, back, just like,
dash 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 dot 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 dash 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 dot dash dash dot dot dash.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Right.
What was that you said about my mother?
Cool. So yeah, Roy's over here. Mr. Owens will take you over there if you guys don't object.
Minerva is very hesitant to go anywhere near both Alston and that witch hunter, but she can hang in the back a little bit.
Cool.
Good opportunity to look them up and down, see what we're fighting.
True.
So you guys head on over to meet with Mr. Alston. You see again, Mr. Alston's sort of this evangelical politician. He's got that cheesy fake smile. He's got sort of slicked back blonde hair, and he sees you guys coming up. He just hits you with $1,000 smile.
If Minerva had eaten anything, she would be vomiting it up a little bit in her mouth.
He says, "It's so nice to see members of the community coming here to contribute to this wonderful movement that we have. Mr. Owens informs me that you are vampire hunters.
Among other things.
I know you, don't I, boy?" He kind of looks at you.
Well, I am semi-famous.
Yeah. You're Drew Sparks, aren't you? You're
No, sir. You're confused.
Are you sure? I mean, I used to work with your father. If you're who I think you are.
Well, that would only be if I were Drew Sparks, and what are the odds there are two dashing heroes that are this good looking in the same city at the same time? Probably not. You're just confused, sir. Champion, maybe you've read about me in the papers.
I have read about you in the papers, Mr. Champion. That's where it is. Apologies. I thought I recognized your face.
Hey, Drew, did you?
I get that a lot.
Helicopter.
If Silverwold is close enough, I will elbow him.
He says, "Who are your friends here? I mean, I know you're a famous superhero now, but
yes.
Are the rest of your friends costume crime fighters? Are we gonna have great serials about all of you as well?"
Well, I'm sure most of them can probably hold down a headline or two, but this is Silverbolt and Liam, and is Minerva kind of hiding in the back?
She's not hiding, but she's definitely not like putting herself out there for speculation.
But yes, so we do what we can to clean up the streets of Titan City.
Well, I gotta say, if you're looking at it from a branding perspective, I think Liam and Minerva should definitely get code names.
We're working on that.
It's a mixed message to the community, isn't it?
Well, we're still working out all the the little details.
Oh, you guys are all superheroes, right? Do you guys know discipline? And he kind of gestures over to the gentleman beside him with the Puritan hat.
Now that's a code name, boyo.
Actually, it's his real first name. He's a Puritan. It's crazy.
There are still Puritans around?
Well, what are you again, discipline? Vengeful spirit of a Puritan witch hunter. That's what it is.
Oh, that's charming.
I've met enough Puritans in my time.
Ha! It's a Native American joke, isn't it? He claps you on the back and he says, "It's okay. It's all right. You're probably one of the good ones."
Hey, as long as you know how to cook for yourself, we'll be fine.
I'll look at Silverbolt and say, "And you talked about my outfit? Look at this guy."
Maybe you should change your first name to Champion. Strengthen the brand a little bit.
Well, there's that whole legal changing of names, but well, we'll talk about that. If you get a code name, and then I'll think about that. All right.
And,
So what kind of festivities do we have planned for this early morning?
Oh, well, it's going to be a grand day, son. We have quite a big surprise coming at sunrise. And, well, before that, there are, of course, the clams are baked. You feel free to head on back and grab some of those. Feel free to mingle with the people here. We are all children of God, so to speak. Made in his image, the superior race who's meant to own everything. In the meantime, I'll be preparing a speech again to give when sunrise comes, and there's going to be one heck of a presentation from one of our locals here.
Oh, okay. So where should we go to get a good seat for that?
Well, they built a stage over there on the eastern portion, right by where the sun is going to come up. Over on the western half of the church, you can find the stalls where the clams have been baked. You can meet with some of the ladies over there who have a couple of other treats to satiate your needs. You guys didn't see anybody else coming in, did you?
No.
Well, I mean, we came in from the sky, so that could be part of the problem.
Fair. Our good friend Silas Whitaker has not arrived yet, and usually we don't like to proceed with events without him, but I haven't heard anything from him.
Well, should you send a couple of runners to fetch him then?
Is he good friends with the coat guy over there?
No, I regret to say that Mr. Discipline and Mr. Whitaker don't work together very often.
Aha. A shame. That would be I bet that would be a strong brand right there.
Well, we'd have to get a good code name for him, wouldn't we? Something like the Silver Slasher or something like that. I don't know, I'll put some thought to it.
Slasher? Oh, that sounds interesting.
Very
Don't
heroic,
worry about that.
definitely, for sure.
You guys notice the Discipline has just had a slate gray face the whole time that you guys have been here.
Mm-hmm.
And Roy will sort of look at all of you guys and he'll say, well, I've got some preparations to do. Please make yourselves at home.
Is Roy also a local politician?
There's been some rumors that he wants to run for mayor in the next race, but as of yet, he has maintained his status as a religious figure, not a political figure.
Got it. As he's walking away, do you know is the church open? It is a Sunday after all.
It will be open after our first ceremony. We'll all go in for mass together.
I see. So, I mean, as a devout Christian myself, I feel called to go ahead and get some praying out of the way before the sun rises. I'm sure you understand.
I will keep that in mind, boy. I'll keep that in mind. Head over to the stage here in a couple of minutes, and I'll make sure you get it in.
Okay.
That was as he walks away. Minerva's going to look at Liam. That's good. If they've got Serena, it's most likely inside. We can spot where they might be bringing her out from.
Won't they have to be bringing her out kind of close to the stage?
Either that or underneath it. Yes, but we have to see where the doors are.
Yeah.
Thing is, as soon as she's outside, that's a big problem. We're concerned about covering her up.
I know.
Can I do a history check for the church?
Sure.
While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and light up. Are there other people smoking?
Yeah, there's lots of other people smoking. It's the 1920s.
Wow, I got a crit fail. I got 11 on my religion.
In your history check.
It's not my god, so I don't know.
Well, if you want to keep your 11, you don't know anything about the history of this church other than it exists.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see here.
Well, I guess we should start mingling and checking things out. So I'm gonna get some clams and go check out this stage thing.
Oh, I'm gonna stick with Liam, I think.
Hey, Minerva.
Yeah.
With your powers, are you able to change shape?
It's I can do this or the original.
Okay.
That's I mean, I've never tried to do anything more.
Well, I'm gonna pull out the little radar out of my pocket. I'm gonna buzz it with my gauntlet to start it up with the juice. I've got this little radar here that we can use to find Serena. If you think you can sneak into the church, be your ticket in. You can do a quick find.
I could certainly, well, maybe.
I'm gonna go ahead and hand it to her.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like a dowsing rod, so just point it around
Right.
and get a feel. It'll get hotter the closer you get.
Okay. I might wait until after after Liam gets a shot at it, and then go from there.
Gotcha.
So Minerva, before you're able to walk away, you do see the discipline walks up to you,
Mm-hmm.
and he will put a hand on your arm. And he looks at you and he says, "What are you?"
What do you mean, sir?
"Pray thee, madam, you may have these simpletons fooled, but I know you are not human."
Oh, I can assure you, sir, my soul is as human as yours.
Keeping my eye upon you.
I'm gonna put my arm on his and say, or my hand on his arm and say, it's not very gentlemanly to grab a woman. Thought you Puritans were all about the values.
There are no values for witches or abominations.
Well, I don't see a pointy hat, boyo, so might be time to move on.
Oh, just the round one.
Your presence here has not gone unnoticed. Be upon thine best behavior, or I will wreak vengeance upon you.
I'm sure you say that to all the ladies you come across.
Yeah, he lets you go.
Okay.
You guys are free to wander around.
It's like when we get past him, and I'm going to turn back to Liam. He's going to be trouble.
Well, do you want to distract him with your general witchiness?
I'd rather not get called out, especially before we find Serena. Let's see if Royal lets you into the church and if he'll let me go with you. If not, I have a backup plan.
I mean, I think I already shot my shot with that one. Doesn't seem keen to be letting anybody in there, which probably means that's exactly where we're looking to go.
He said he'd let you pray if you came over in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed a couple of minutes meant like after the show.
No, he basically was. He was. amenable to your request.
Got it. All right, well, just put on your best Christian face.
As I told
Let's-
Silverbolt, I don't have any other faces besides this one, unless you.
Oh, I
really
just
wanna see
meant
the original.
pin-
I'd rather not
pinch
do
it
that
up.
here and now.
Pinch it up a little bit and look a little more vaguely disappointed.
Here, Liam. Might
You
take
want
off
me to
my...
look judgy?
That's
Is that
yeah,
judgy enough for
like
you?
that. Yeah, like with the sigh.
Champion has gotten himself a plate of clams and is heading over to look at this stage thing.
Good move, champion.
Baked clams, they're good for the hangover. Yeah.
He's hoping they're good for the hangover.
Probably.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah.
Not that kind of doctor.
So one.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna wander around with you. So shall we? Excuse me. Stroll the grounds and then head to the stage and see if he'll let us both in.
Sounds like a plan. Maybe we should stop by the graveyard and pay our respects, see if anybody interesting is there.
I suppose.
I say the pay our respects part a little more loudly.
Okay. So you want to head over here?
Yep. Is
Okay.
there...
And Champion's over by the stage.
Oh yeah, the stage. I should move my token.
Token. Keep the token
Other side.
rolling.
Oh, sorry. Yes, there it is. Looking all stage-like.
Hide.
Exit. Stage right even.
Is the gate to the graveyard open?
The gate to the graveyard is open.
I'm gonna walk in there and just find a random grave kind of towards the back and just kind of kneel and start praying and looking around to see if there's anything like people watching, well, looking around to see if there's anything interesting in the graveyard, because it strikes me that if you're gonna have a secret entrance to, where you're keeping a vampire, it
Why
seems
not
very
here?
ominous.
But please give me a investigation check. An investigation check, even.
These
And
are
I
the guys
keep.
that
Go
paint
ahead.
giant, evil-looking apples everywhere. I don't,
It's true.
on the nose seems on brand.
Yep. Would it be an insight or a perception check to basically get a sense of if people are watching us, Alex?
I would call it an insight check.
All right, then I would like to make an insight check to keep Liam aware of what's transpiring while he's doing so.
And I got a 21 on that investigation check.
I rolled an 18 for a 29 total on my insight check.
Awesome. So Minerva, you can definitely tell that nobody seems to be paying attention to you guys other than Discipline, who is still watching you.
All right. So.
And he has a couple of Children of Adam cultists that are following him around.
Okay.
He doesn't seem to be moving to stop you guys from looking around the graveyard. Liam, looking around with a 21 investigation check, you can see there's a lot of historical names in this graveyard. There's a lot of founding families of the city. You see the Parkhursts most prominently buried here. You see a couple of the Leandroses are buried here. You don't see any new-looking graves. You don't see any that have been recently disturbed, except for one. Right over here, you do see there is a grave that is marked Wagner. Wagner. And the tombstone looks relatively new. You also see that there is not enough space there for a full grave.
I will kneel down next to Liam and basically whisper over to him, Discipline's keeping an eye on me specifically, but you are in that line of sight as well.
Good to know. Keep it sly, but I think we found where they're planning to put the remnants of their show.
Hmm. Well, let's not let them get to that point, shall we? I don't
Agreed.
want Serena to die.
And I'll stand back up and wipe off my pants, and I guess we'll circle the rest of the venue on our way back to Mr. Big Smile over here.
Mr. Big Smile.
Minerva, when you stand up and turn around, you see that Discipline and his followers are gone. Karawasi and Champion, you guys will have a little bit of time to check out the stage.
Okay.
If you'd like to give me an investigation check, which Champion is historically great at.
Especially drunk.
Yeah, that gives me a bonus, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see the trap door?
Oh, but you do fall into it.
I got 16 for my trap door.
I got a 17.
Oh!
Take that, historically bad investigation.
Too bad the DC was 18.
Oh,
Just kidding.
that's
always off by one.
That's the rule of Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So looking around, you don't see any trap doors or anything over here by this stage, but you do see that it was constructed fairly recently. It sort of has a big single wood slab on top to make the stage. There is a staircase that goes up to it, and there is space underneath it where you think that they would be able to fit something. You can't see through the slats that form the bottom of the stage, but it does look like there is a hollow space underneath there.
Hmm.
And all these people are right next to us, huh?
Sure are.
That's not fun. Let's see. Can I give you a technology check to check on what's the supporting beams on the stage?
Sure. That sounds reasonable.
Carpentry on the wall. 19.
With a 19, yeah, you can tell that this was pretty hastily put together, so you don't think it would take much to knock the whole thing down. Even just looking at the posts on the four corners, you think that those would be the load-bearing parts of the structure. So you think knocking out any one of those would probably topple the stage over.
Is the man with the R over him, is that the Puritan?
No, that's Roy. That's the politician.
That's Roy.
Roy Alston. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Champion.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and can you go butter up Roy away from the stage?
Sure. Yeah. So, hey there, Mr. Olstead. Give me the nickel tour here. Like, I see a stage and I got some clams and stuff, but what's happening around here? Show me the.
I'm sorry, Mr. Champion. It's actually time for Liam to pray.
Oh.
He kind of looks over, and he's going to stand on the stage. And he says, thank you, everybody, for coming out here today. I have a great I have a big surprise for all of you. One of our distinguished guests has volunteered to lead our group in prayer before the sun comes up.
Awkward.
Come on up here, boy. Come on. Let's help the spirit move through all of us.
I'll look over at Minerva as I walk up, and I'll just whisper, "Distraction," as I get up on the stage.
You better make them all close their eyes.
Let's take a moment and all bow our heads and gather up close over here on the eastern side of the church, where we'll see the sun rise gloriously as the Lord intended. Come on.
Murmur goes through the crowd like, yeah, preach.
Yeah, preach.
And as we feel the Holy Spirit move through us, let's all bow our heads and lock arms and feel the brotherly spirit that the Lord provides for us today. And I'm just like looking over at Minerva like, go now.
Right.
And
Minerva's
we'll
not-
close our eyes together and feel the spirit of the true Lord.
That's actually a good point for Silverbolt there too. So I'll take a quick insight check to see if everybody's actually doing this and they're not actually like watching the rest of us.
An insight check.
Will do. The insight check is the same as it was last time, an 18 on the die for a 29 total.
Awesome. I'm going to need a persuasion or deception check from Liam, whichever one's higher, and I'll let you know if they're reacting appropriately.
Okay.
Let's see. It's
Get on your
deception.
knees. Feel it.
That's a 25 total, 19 on the die.
Ooh, nice.
Minerva, everybody is into it. Everybody has their heads down. They've got their arms up. They're not connecting hands for some reason. They're not good at following instructions.
All right.
A couple of people have started like shaking and spasming.
Of course. So with Minerva, we'll begin to slip away, looking, probably working her way towards the door of the church, and pulling out the radar as she does so to kind of get a sense of where Serena is.
Perfect. Serena is actually in this direction.
Which direction would that be?
The east from you. Apologies.
West.
East.
So back
East.
towards the stage.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So turn back around, come back to champion, lean in, whisper. Minerva's somewhere, or not Minerva. Serena is somewhere around here. Is it now more towards like where Liam's standing?
It's actually like almost exactly right above where Liam is standing.
Above where Liam is standing?
Northward of where Liam is
okay.
standing.
Okay. All right.
Standing.
Basically, the compass is pointing at Liam.
So if I
Correct.
peek under the stage, what am I seeing?
It is a flat slat of wood. If you could try to like break a hole in it and try to look in a little bit more.
There's no hinges to indicate like a hatch or a part of it that would open.
Not on this side, as far as you can tell.
I want to go ahead and use my move object to take the nails out of the supporting beams.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Not so that it'll all collapse, but that way it's hard to get in and out without breaking the whole thing.
So as Silverbolt sort of raises his hands and starts manipulating these nails out, and Champion's looking for a way in, and Liam is praying. Liam, part of the stage opens up beside you, and you hear the sort of crank of gears as the silver cage is lifted out of the stage and onto the stage beside you. You see that Discipline and a couple of the children of Adam are there with the cage. And inside, you see Serena is tied to the bars of the cage, arching her back to prevent her porcelain white skin from touching the burning silver. Her petite feminine face has large brown eyes, and she has short flapper-style dark hair with a single curl in the front. She's dressed in a set of white hospital clothes, a button-up top and long pants, and she has a number inscribed on her left breast that says V122. And as that comes up, you do see the sun is starting to just peek over the hedges. And I imagine you guys are going to want to intervene. So we're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Roll initiative and take our break, right?
Roll initiative and take our break.
Dun dun dun.
Everyone, Alex loves his cliffhangers.
It's chowder time.
It's my jam.
Do you want initiative first, or do we?
We can roll initiative first, since we're here.
Okay.
I'm in Rome.
Where's that?
Not bad.
All right. Oh, gotta click on my token first.
Okay. It's not terrible.
Nope.
Champion been doing track since high school, so I don't feel too bad.
What do you mean? The wrestlers don't spend any time on the track. They just spend all their time in the weight room.
That's not true. Wrestlers run.
The question, does Champion have cauliflower ear or no?
Probably.
It's not a boxer.
Still getting slammed on that mat, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, cool. So we have an initiative order. Looks like Champion ate his Wheaties today, so he's going on 25.
Yeah.
Silver Volt's on 19. The Cultists are on 16. Minerva's on 15. Liam's on 13. Discipline's on 9. And good old Roy is on 4. And our heroes are reacting to Serena being out and the sun coming up. Now, guys, I will let you guys know. The sun will be all the way up in 3 rounds. And if she's still outside when that 3 rounds happen, she will light on fire.
Gotcha.
And then you have 2 rounds after that, 5 rounds total to get her in before she is reduced to ash and disappointment for poor Soulstorm.
Yikes.
She dies, I die. I can't afford this.
So, with that in mind, Champion, you are on first.
All right. So, time to athleto-acrobatics myself up here through this mess and over to the cage. So you want athletics?
Yes, please.
Acrobatics.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, yeah. We got to keep it high flying. All right. So with a 20, I will attempt to vault up onto the stage and move through the crowd to get to that there cage door.
Yeah, cool. You managed to sort of parkour your way up the side of the church and then leap over Roy and Liam's head to land there on the stage with Serena.
Excellent. Now, does this you said a silver cage just give the appearance of a pure silver cage?
It does give you that appearance.
Okay. So my hope here is that since silver is a relatively soft metal, my merely human muscles might be able to wrench that door open. And would I technically be attacking the cage? If so, could then I power attack, or is this just going to be a pure strength test?
Are you trying to shatter the cage, or are you trying to wrench the bars open?
Basically, it's trying to, right? Like it's a locked door, right?
It is a locked door, yes.
Okay. If the lock appears to be not silver, maybe try and bust the hinges loose. If the hinges appear to be silver. Like what? At a quick glance, what is the weak point of the door?
You would reckon the hinges, but they are also made of that silver. But that would be the place that you would think you should focus your efforts on. Opening.
All right, so I'm gonna grab hold of the door in one hand and the frame in the other, and I'm gonna do my best to sunder that there arrangement.
Heck yeah, I believe in you.
Sunder,
Do I
Sunder,
have an
champion.
advantage that would be good here? No, not really. All right. Breaking stuff, not usually my thing.
Stick
Right,
your
so-
arm through.
Like a strength check kind of thing. Yeah, I will grapple the door. That's good. That's good.
There you
So you just want a strength check?
Actually, you automatically hit because it's a door.
Okay.
So it is defenseless, actually. So you can choose to make your attack if you want to, or if you make an attack normally, you get a critical hit if your attack hits.
That sounds like a great idea because that's a little more likely to bust something.
Cool.
Okay, so that is a 25 total.
That sure does hit. So
Okay.
your DC is 19 plus 5 is 24.
Yes.
So I roll a toughness check for the silver cage. You need 2 degrees or more in order to bend it enough to make a hole.
Okay.
You succeed. That's actually 3 degrees. So
Nice.
3 degrees, the object is destroyed. So you're actually able to just shatter the door right off of it.
Okay. Is she held in there somehow?
She is tied to the cage itself.
Okay.
Kind of like spread eagle type of.
Kind of
Like-
pulled back.
Okay, so like over the head.
Yeah, over the head with her back keeps touching the cage.
Ah,
Hey, you know, I got this here. Got this here utility belt looking thing, but I think my hero point says I remember to bring a knife this time. And
brought
then
a
I
knife to a
will.
gunfight this time.
Well, I also brought a gun to the gunfight. So I will scene edit to have a knife on my belt, and then I will extra effort to surge and cut those ropes loose.
Perfect. So you slice the ropes loose. And I will say that is the end of your turn.
Okay.
The rope kind of falls down, and Serena kind of collapses a little bit, and you see she sort of shudders.
Dun, dun.
Can I like catch her or whatever, or is that too much?
You can catch her. That's fine.
Okay.
All right. So after champion is Silver Volt.
Okay. Will vampires burn in a church? Expertise magic. I got 23 magic.
Some of the myths about vampires are true. The one about churches is not.
Neato. Yeah. There's a big stained glass window on this Catholic church, right?
That can be for a hero point.
Yeah, you could have that hero point. I'm gonna use move object to chuck champion who's holding her into the church. Praise the Lord, brother. I'm gonna chuck
This
him
is
through.
teamwork. I get thrown through a stained glass window.
It's a
All right.
Clambake miracle.
Wow. Okay. Throw a face palm on the counter. I don't have it in me to do it, but throw it on the counter. So yeah, you chuck Champion and Serena into the church. Champion, I want you to make a dodge save for me.
Uh-oh. Stained
Pretty
glass windows
glass.
can be sharp.
Oh, you got muscles. You're fine. You're fine.
That's 23 on the dodge save.
All right, so you pass through the window, but it only causes superficial damage. You get some cuts. Your khaki uniform gets torn up a little bit. You're starting to look more like a pulp cover.
Okay. I'm blending. It's good.
And then I will tactfully reposition.
Tactfully reposition.
Are you going on the roof or in the building?
On the roof. Give me the high ground, brother.
I see you, Obi-Wan. The cultists are confused and upset.
Welcome to religion, losers.
They are going to spread out. Some of them are going to run over here to the side of the building. You see that they're looks like they're thinking about scaling the church to climb up there and get Karawasi.
Please do.
These guys are going to come up to the door and they'll kick the door open. These guys pull back to Roy and try to keep him safe. This group's going to keep running this way. They're all going to try to get into the church.
Enemy church.
All right, Serena is up next. Champion, you're holding Serena.
Okay.
You and your beautiful superficial cuts.
I'm glistening.
And you see she sort of stirs a little bit, and she moves to bite you.
Oh, that's gratitude.
You got that right, champ.
She only gets a 14 to hit your parry, so she's very weak. You think she's very starved as well. She goes to bite down on you. She sort of hisses at you like a cat.
Whoa, 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 whoa there, lady. I'm trying to help. Don't bite the hand that frees you.
I need to feed.
That's not really part of my gig. Help!
This vampire took me to the church to kill me.
Minerva, you're up.
All right. So Minerva would like to use her Fascinate Persuasion on Roy. Basically, like oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening. They were supposed to be vampire hunters. We met up with them outside the DMA. We fought vampires together. I don't know what's going on. Please, sir, can you help me? Trying to keep him completely and utterly fixated on Minerva and her issues.
It seems like
this.
a deception check more than a persuasion check.
Well, it's the fascination.
Okay. In my scientific opinion.
Yes, I understand. But I have the advantage, so I want to use it.
Fair enough.
It's the 1920s feint.
That doesn't quite work. Rolled a 6 for a 22.
Cool. Do I just make
Insight.
an opposed insight check?
Insight,
Okay.
insight or will, I believe. Whichever's higher.
Cool.
Yep. He can do. Yeah, it's subject to the normal guidelines. Take a standard action. Insight or will defense. Yep.
Okay. So yeah. So Roy kind of looks over at you. He's like, I'm confused. I thought Champion was on our side. And
I did too.
He sort of pulled into your nonsense.
Yes, I did too. Oh, I hope your men catch him. But can you stay with me?
Thief!
I become the bad guy here.
Yeah, I'm keeping one guy who has, persuasion on the rest of this group entranced. So you're welcome.
Excited to see what happens.
I was just gonna hand him a grenade, so this seems much better.
I was going to martyr them and get this game over with.
Minerva, do you want to move, or are you happy entrancing him?
Yeah, I'd like to entrance him, but I'd also like him to come over here and join me on the bench.
Okay. So as long as nothing hostile happens to Roy, he will be entranced.
Okay. Here, hold this. What? That's not hostile until it blows up.
Wow.
Liam, what hostile action are you going to take?
Wow.
Well, that honestly went a lot better than I expected it to. So all of my plans are for naught.
Well, naughty says.
I'm actually. Okay, I'm maybe blanking a little bit. Is there a way to is there advantage I can give to my Fascinate Intimidation to have it affect a group of people?
You can affect a group of minions with the same effect.
Got it. Okay. Well, are all of these Clambakers minions?
They are minions.
All right. I'm going to give a rousing sermon about hellfire and the punishments for leaving a prayer early.
You didn't say amen.
Come back here right now and keep praying.
Give me an intimidation check.
Finish the prayer, or the Lord will smite thee.
Oh, that's not what I was looking for.
That's how it
That's the
works.
skill.
These guys are Catholic, right? It should work better.
All these buttons look the same. That is 9 on the die for a 15. And since I've got 2 hero points, I think I'll just go ahead and use one. I think I've got 2 hero points. Yes. Shoot. And we'll re-roll that. That was intimidation. There it is on the list. All right, much better. 19 on the die for a 25.
Awesome. And they oppose with insight or will, whichever is higher. So they'll roll an insight check. Wow, I rolled a 23, which is still less than a 25.
Glad I re-rolled.
But the children of Adam are entranced by, or at least the ones on this side of the church are entranced by Liam. These 3 guys over here, or these 3 groups over here by the church are still on their own.
So much sermons. So many sermons.
And the Lord so spoke. Stay right here. Right exactly where you're standing. And the Holy Spirit will bring not hellfire and death, but life. And stay right here, or you will die. From God.
Wow. Inspiring. Discipline looks at all of this bullshit going on.
You gonna thump at the Bible thumper, Liam?
And he says, I know not what heresies you have brought upon my following, but I will put an end to it. And he raises his hand, and this ghostly flintlock pistol appears, and he's going to shoot you in the head, Liam.
Dodge.
Hopefully the smoke works on the ghost bullets.
He gets an 18 to hit your dodge.
That definitely does.
I will need a toughness check, good sir.
Oh boy. That is a 19.
Awesome. So you will take a bruise. The DC was a 23.
Okay.
That's a real flintlock right there.
Bang.
Dink. That's a bruise.
Perfect. He's also going to go use extra effort, so please take a hero point, Liam.
All right.
Oh no.
I am not good at this game. Awesome. So he moves up to you, and he sort of puts his face up against your face. And his eyes flicker black and red, and you feel something tugging on your immortal soul.
Oh,
He gets a 22 to hit your parry.
that does hit my parry.
I need a will save.
Oh boy. 24. 16 on the die.
You're absolutely okay. You feel this invasive spectral energy enter you, but it doesn't seem to have any negative effect other than the cold sweats that you just got.
And the demons of hell will try to dissuade you. Take you from the path.
Reza. Roy is going to jump down and come over here to sit beside Minerva. He comes over and he puts his hands around your shoulders and he's like, I'm sorry, my dear. This was not the way this was supposed to go.
Oh. How did you even come of a vampire?
Owens brought her as a gift.
I see. Why did you not execute her just then?
Well, we wanted to make it an event for the community to come together to know that we don't need to fear these blood-sucking parasites.
I see.
Especially with all the blood runs that have been going on.
Oh, terrible, terrible things.
If only I could get that Eleanor. She would burn up real good on the stage.
Have not been able to catch that one.
Oh, no. Not for lack of trying, but we have not been able to catch her just yet.
I see.
Meanwhile, inside the church, Champion.
Oh boy. All right. So have the problem children from outside gotten in the door yet? Or are they still?
Knocking on heaven's door.
They have not entered yet. They did open the door, but they have not entered yet.
Crap. Towards this part of the sanctuary up near the top, which I guess would be, I don't know that he's above it, but there, that vault, like that part of the church, what's in the sanctuary in that part?
Looking up there is a lot of rafters, sort of old wooden beams that kind of cross all the way up and down the A-frame of the roof. There is a second floor balcony where you can see the organ in the church goes up to, and there is a choir box up there.
Is there a stained glass window in the back?
There is a stained glass window in the back.
All right. All right, look, lady, I'm trying to get you out of here alive, so do me a favor and don't bite me, okay? So I will throw her over my shoulder, and I will charge that stained glass window, and what the hell? I got a thing for breaking through stained glass windows tonight.
You're going to go outside?
Yes.
Gonna catch her on fire.
It's a brave choice. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
I'm about to toss somebody back in the church.
All right. So, Champion, go ahead and give me an acrobatics check to chuck you and Serena back out the window.
As well, is he going back out the way he came, or is he going to the other
No.
side? I thought he was going to the other side.
Yeah,
I thought
the
he was
stained,
running into the back.
the stained glass window out the back.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
What a world.
26 on the acrobatics check.
With a 26, I won't even make you roll to avoid damage. You just break on through to the other side.
Oh, I see what you did there. And then if I have movement left, I will swing over here to the west to get her into the shadow of the building. If I can get that far.
Yeah, I'll say you can get that far.
Okay.
A bunch of the little ladies working over here at the Clambake station shriek and freak out when you come around the corner there.
Excellent.
You've started a mass panic. Congratulations.
That's what I'm here for.
It's called forming difficult terrain.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're in the shadow of the building with Serena.
Okay.
Silver Volt, you're up.
I can't believe what I'm seeing. He just got out of the building.
You might not have, you probably didn't see it, but you definitely heard the glass breaking underneath.
I felt it in my soul.
Oh, wow. Metagame.
You crashed through a giant glass window and they're shrieking over here.
For the second time.
Nobody shrieked in prayer. They were just confused. Can I do an expertise magic check? Can all vampires transform into animals?
Give me an expertise magic check.
20.
You know that high vampires, like what Serena is, are capable of transforming into animals and or mist.
Oh, thank God. I'm going to go down here. I was like, Champion, you got to trust me, okay? I'm going to take out the canister of mind control juice.
Oh, God.
She can turn into any animal, or is it just bat, wolves, and mist?
Bat, wolves, and mist, yes. She can turn into a rat, too.
It'd be like, turn into a rat and stay quiet.
All right, you're going to whammy her with the mind juice.
Just going to bam it in her face like a bunch of flour I have.
Oof.
She will roll will save. She is sort of in a weakened state from her hunger, so I will roll the will save accordingly. She turns into a rat. And she looks up at you with big, glassy, scared eyes.
I'm gonna grab her, put it in my pocket, and I'm gonna extra effort to GTFO to Club Tartarus.
Cool.
I'm zooming.
How fast do you fly again?
Faster than 34 miles an hour.
I know that. I think it's
1,800 feet around.
how many miles per hour is it?
I went to public school, man.
It's on the character sheet.
Let me look. It's in powers.
Mhm.
You can fly 120 miles per hour. So yeah, you can get over there pretty lickety split. So yeah, you'll probably be back in another turn, Silvervolt. As long as you just chuck her in there and then fly back.
Yeah, just straight snapping her, snatching her. All those words.
Cool.
Snatch and grab.
Snatch and grab. Let me just. Oh, I can't get out of the mat. I'll be in the tree.
That's fair. Awesome. Good move. Good turn. So the cultists, these guys go into the building. They see that the window's broken in the back. These guys run around the side to investigate what's going on. And they see Champion back there by himself. And they're like, oh, man, where did our vampire go? And they're going to draw pistols and point them at Champion. And they're going to ask just that. Where's our vampire?
Did you look in the church? That's where I saw her last.
Roll a deception check.
Oh, I'm not good at this.
This is a combat. No, this is a social combat.
A 10.
For the people at home, Alex, what did you roll?
I rolled a 9.
Man, these cultists are dumb.
So the children of Adam were like, oh, yeah, you're right. That is where she went. Wow.
Oh, man.
Awesome. The other ones are fascinated by Liam's intimidation. So, Minerva, you do have to use a standard action to maintain it, and they get another resistance check.
Yep, I would like to continue working with Roy here and basically just... I'm basically pulling as much information out of him as I can about maybe what other monsters they would have captured if they've captured anything else. But all the time, like playing up on his whole, demeanor and the good that the children of Adam are doing.
Awesome. Please give me another persuasion check.
I'm working on that roll. I rolled a 10. I get a 26.
Roy is still fascinated by you. He's
Okay. He's putty in my hands.
Yeah, he's kind of putty in your clay hands. He's like, well, it's tough capturing monsters. I mean, it's not something that we have a history of doing in town, but it is an avenue of enterprise we are looking to branch into. We've had some very exciting seminars from a couple of the Revolutionary Army types. Those Russian guys, they came in and they gave us a few pointers and they pointed us in the right direction to find a couple of monsters. We paid them a hefty amount of money to do that.
Which one specifically besides the vampire?
Well, not anything specific. We asked for general advice on how to capture monsters because they're all the same kind of dirty abomination. So capturing them should be the same techniques, we think. We know about that dirty place, that club that's open downtown. We were hoping to go in there and raid that place and grab that Powers guy and bring him out.
Oh,
please do.
That seems dangerous.
Oh, it's nothing that God won't protect us from.
That's just true. And Minerva's just kind of like rolling her eyes in her head going, oh my God, this guy's, if he tries it, these people will be no more.
Just in the background, Liam's like, and God will smite.
Oh, yeah. My turn's already up, so unfortunately I can't help you, Liam, because I probably should have heard the flintlock go off last
you heard
turn.
it go up.
Yeah, but I've already plied him for information, and
Hmm.
I would next turn use my entrance to maybe get Roy to have discipline stand down from shooting my friend.
Awesome. Liam, what do you want to do? You're bleeding from a gunshot wound, but you're still standing on the pulpit screaming fire and fury.
That is a good question.
Come on, Mass is another 2 hours. What are you doing?
Definitely a Latin mass.
Ano uno stamine.
Mama say, mama, mama, makusa.
I'm after getting shot in the head, I'm gonna throw my arms up and yell, "Run! It's a ghost!" And I'm just gonna try to punch him.
All right.
That counts.
I buy it.
Run, it's a ghost.
2 hands counts as double face palm, Alex. And hopefully just miss horribly. It's what did I even roll there? Roll a 4 on the die for 16 total.
That does not quite hit his parry.
And I'll just swing wildly. See, my fist passed right through him. Run! He's come for your souls. A wolf among sheep.
So much heresy.
Are you gonna move, or are you happy hanging out there?
I'll run from the ghost man. Flee!
Flee for your lives!
Oh, it's hilarious.
All right, so Liam flees from the ghost man.
Can I get around the corner here?
Yeah.
Right
you can get
by
around
the
the
side.
corner.
There you go. Now you're thinking like silver.
So, this is the exact opposite of when you guys went to fight Silas.
Yes. And it's
Somewhere-
hilarious.
Somewhere in the last 2 weeks, you guys have become a well-oiled machine.
We've grown so much.
I had so many plans.
No plan survives contact with the players.
That's true. They need to put that in GM school.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Discipline, he dematerializes on the stage,
Oh no.
and he rematerializes over here. And he's going to shoot you again, Liam. Oh, I get a 13 to hit.
That does not hit.
Cool. He's very frustrated. He sort of you hear this sort of pop noise, and he reappears above the tree, floating above there, and he takes another shot at you. You feel the spectral bullet whiz and hit the ground. He's like, "Oh, I need to upgrade these from flintlock pistols to something with rifling."
Anything else?
Roy is still entranced, so he's just going to do his entrance thing. Champion.
Okay. Is there a tablecloth handy here with all the clams and whatnot?
Heck yeah.
All right. I'm going to wrap the rat up.
No, the rat's gone.
You
It
took
got-
the rat.
You got
Yeah,
a joint
he-
phone.
He flew off.
Okay. Well, that's easy then.
I'm fastest PG-13, boy.
I don't know why I would have imagined you just left me holding the rat. I will double move down this way. Time to go.
Perfect. You just yell time to go. You don't give any
Well,
context.
when I get around the corner there, I see Liam and Minerva, time to go. Kind of gesturing towards the parking lot.
Yeah. You see Liam is fleeing for his life from the ghost man, but Minerva appears to be having a pleasant conversation with Roy Alston.
Tempt me not, heretic!
Oh man. All right. So
All
we
right,
should-
so Silver Vault, you arrive at Club Tartarus this round, and you can go ahead and chuck her in through the secret side door.
Eric, where are you?
You open the door and yell, "Eric, where are you?" And he'll come running around the corner. What's going on?
Eric, I got the vampire. I got her right here.
That's a rat.
Yeah, they can do that. She's a little drugged. She's a little Hadesy. Get her a little bit of blood. Do you have like a little box?
One thing at a time. What?
Get me a box, Eric.
Yeah, I got a box. Sure. He ruffles underneath the bar and he comes up with a box.
Can vampires talk while they're in animal form?
They cannot.
You know what? Screw the box. I'm gonna tell her to untransform.
Yeah,
After I
once
pulled out the box.
my box.
Let's smack it out of his hand. Just tell her to untransform.
Serena will turn back into a vampire.
Okay, sweetie, what's your name?
Serena?
Last name?
Wagner?
Okay, Eric, you heard that?
Yeah. She's the missing vampire. Yeah, I know her.
Cool. So Mr. Powers knows that you know that I know that I dropped her off. Okay, bye. I'm gonna run back out.
Everywhere Silver Vault goes, he just leaves bloody noses in his wake.
Fusion.
Or bleeding from the ears.
So I assume I'll get there next round or the round after.
Yep. All right. So since Liam didn't entrance the cultists, they sort of come to their senses and they see what Discipline's doing. They see what their boss is doing. And, I'm going to roll. I know these two guys over here are going to run into the church and look for the vampire because they were deceived. These guys get pulled into the crap. These guys are going to follow Discipline's lead. That's what I'm looking for. These two will be able to attack, and they're going to shoot at Liam. What's your impervious toughness, Liam?
I believe it is 8.
Awesome. So because they're in a group, they are able to overcome it.
Now wait a second.
That's not what I signed up for.
So add 2 to all these numbers. Oh, it doesn't matter. I rolled a 7 to hit your dodge.
Hey.
And then the second group rolls an 11 to hit your dodge. So they come around the corner and they start lighting you up with pistols, but the smoke is able to sort of keep you safe from all of that. Liam, give me a perception check.
Yes, sir. Constantly on the wrong tab. That is a 30.
Wow.
An 18 on the die.
What don't you see?
So Liam, with a 30 on your perception check, you can hear just in the back of your mind this tiny voice perk up. And it says, "Stop invoking the name of a false god."
Neat.
That's all it offers. Minerva.
So Minerva has now seen Discipline kind of dematerialize, rematerialize, and shoot at Liam, and she's going to turn to Roy and continue trying to entrance him. And now it's in the vein of, "Oh my, there's a ghost here, and he's after my friend. If he's after my friend, he may be after me. Can you protect me from him?"
Fear not, citizen.
I'll secure those votes.
All right. That was a 13 on the die for a 29 total.
Well, that's a bonus. That's a fat bonus.
I rolled a
said this
natural
is-
1.
I said
Oh my
this
God.
is a social combat, everyone.
I got a 9. versus
Fun.
29. So, you know what? Roy is going to, he's going to be like, you're right. Discipline, you shouldn't be harassing the good humans of this town. You're lucky we tolerate your presence.
Ooh.
Wow.
And we'll see what happens on Discipline's turn.
He just kills everybody.
Sorry, not sorry.
I don't even know what to do. Okay.
Yes, we did it.
So, Minerva, do you want to move, or are you happy just bamboozling me?
I'm happy just bamboozling you.
Fair.
Honestly.
Newspaper article for this week. Children of Adam fall into infighting under the influence of a pretty brunette. Liam, you're up.
Hearing Roy say that, yell out, yeah, I am human. What do you think you're doing? I could be an honest-to-goodness padre. You'd have no idea. In fact, I think me and my services are better appreciated elsewhere. And I'm just gonna walk out.
Amen.
Oh, I guess I can I'm just gonna walk past all of them and
Wow.
There were a few ways I saw the Clambake going. None of this was that. Yeah, so you move, Liam. Discipline is going to say, how dare you summon the stones to speak to me as such? And he's going to come down. He's going to use his penance gaze on Roy.
Oh.
Roy is anti-monster, isn't he?
He is.
So we let that go, right?
He's about to be anti-discipline too.
Well, discipline or Roy gets hit.
Roy is our boy. Roy is our boy. Roy is our boy. Oh, Roy's our boy.
But he is okay. So discipline zips down. He kind of grabs Roy by the shoulder and lifts him bodily off of the bench beside Minerva. He just zaps him with this magical glare. And Roy looks at him like, unhand me, you abomination. You're an undead creature. Children, strike this being down. And that brings it around to Roy's turn, who is still entranced. But he will order his minions to attack Discipline. Champion, you're up.
I was running down off the map. One more. Let's go at Minerva as I go zipping past.
Doesn't realize all the trouble I just saved him. Oh man.
Champion, I'll say you make it to the helicopter this round.
Okay.
Liam, you'll also make it there this round. Minerva, if you double move, you could make it there this round.
Okay.
Silver Volt, you return to the church on this double move. You see the situation has quickly devolved into in-party fighting with the Children of Adam, and your friends seem to just be scuttling off into the dark.
Oh, that works for me. Well, scuttle back out next turn.
I'm not going to roll for the cultists, since I think Minerva's probably sneaking away, and that's probably the end of combat.
Yep, Minerva, because even though she would have to hold Roy in trance, she doesn't need to anymore because he's already now extremely mad at Discipline for his actions, and we'll focus on him. So Minerva can just kind of step away.
So you guys slink off into the shadows.
Guys, we grift the grifters.
As I walk off, I'll be like,
slink in a gyrocopter. You
Chugga out.
glide with style right out of this trouble, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
definitely as we left, I shout over my shoulder, Yeah, that champion guy. Terrible. Works for Popov. Disgusting.
I will throw you out of this gyrocopter.
Man.
Telling people I work for the Russians? Really? 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 I'm thrown through
Really?
windows, almost bitten by the vampire we're trying to rescue, left with gun-toting thugs by Silverbolt, and now you besmirch my honor as we're flying away in my gyrocopter.
It's only because you can handle a champion.
Giving everybody a point.
Just think of it as an opportunity to rebrand.
Yeah, rebrand.
I
That
slept through my
discipline guy
marketing
had a
class.
cooler name than you anyways.
At least
Oh,
I have a code name, Liam.
now you're the winter champion.
Wow.
So where are you guys going for your victory lap?
Away from here,
Well, yeah.
we don't know that. Well, we, being Liam and Minerva, don't know that
I will
Silverbolt has absconded
tell
with
them
Minerva.
Silverbolt put the whammy on Serena and turned her into a rat and flew away with her.
So we've got to find Silverbolt.
Yes.
He shouldn't be too hard. He's the only other flying thing in the city, right?
You guys trust me so much.
Well, it isn't quite dawn yet, so seeing flying things might be difficult.
Part of me says I should have taken that to JP and gotten my job back, but I don't know.
Wow.
You saw Mr. Powers explode somebody, and this was your job for him. So,
Yeah, that's what convinced me the other way.
I thought it was character growth. No, it was survival instinct.
Gotta live.
all right. So we'll keep an eye out for Silverbolt in the skies. Would you like perception checks from us, Alex?
I won't make you guys roll him unless
Okay.
he's hiding from you.
No, I'm gonna look for the flex copter or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I assumed he would probably be on the lookout for Hermes, and Hermes has a much more distinct profile in the sky.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys meet back up. Are you heading back to Club Tartarus? Is that the play?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay. Back to the club. Woo. It's one heck of a Sunday morning.
And the day's just started.
Oh my god, it's not even noon.
It's not even
5.
6.
Not even 5:30. You guys brought down the children of Adam in 30 seconds. 30 minutes and 30 seconds.
They brought each other down.
We started the infighting.
A lack of leadership was present.
I guess we could say we did start the fire this time.
There we go. We did do it.
Awesome. So,
Back to Club Tartarus.
yeah, you guys land on the building nearby, and you're free to enter the club.
Guys, this is the first session where we haven't murdered anybody indiscriminately.
Character growth.
Character growth.
We still got 30 minutes.
Yes.
Our heroes, everyone.
I got 30 minutes of blasted in me.
So we'll go. The Oni will let us through. No problem.
Oh yeah, no problem at all.
Okay. So Minerva will kind of rush in and call out for Eric to see where he's at.
You rush in and you see that Eric is at the bar, and he does have Serena set up there with an IV blood bag.
Blood drip.
Yep.
Okay.
And she's reclined against the bar, sort of taking in this direct drip. And you see her eyes are closed, and she's her fangs are retracting and extending as she's sort of recovering.
Mm-hmm. Minerva will go up and she'll grab Serena's hand, and she'll look at Eric and did you call the boss and Florian?
I was told just to take care of her.
All right, well, we can take care of that now. Go get the boss.
Yeah. I'll go get him.
I mean, do you need to call Festima as well?
She's more worried about making people pay, and I think that her Yao Guai and we still have to get the Yao Guai and and the Minotaur. So
I mean,
I'll tell her, but Florian is her sire. He needs to know first.
Eric will run off to go get Mr. Powers.
Hmm.
And Mr. Powers will call Florian.
Okay. And Minerva's trying to basically see if she can bring Serena around by kind of squeezing her hand and talking to her, saying, "Serena, it's Minerva. Are you okay?"
When you say it's Minerva, her eyes kind of flutter open. And she looks up at you and she says, "I never thought I'd see you again."
Oh, yeah. She kind of gives her that little bit of a shy smile. I couldn't stop looking for you.
Weird how everybody I care about keeps looking after me. Won't stop following me. But it's better when you do it than when Carl did it, though.
Carl's gone, Serena.
What happened?
He tried to do harm inside the walls of Club Tartarus, so Mr. Powers punished him.
Of course. He came to me. He said he rescued me from some level 6.
Do you remember when you were taken? Not by the children of Adam, not by Owen, but before that.
Russians came for me. They broke into my house during the day. They tore the shades open and they stuffed me in a box.
Mm.
I woke up in a glass containment cell, wearing this, and she kind of gestures to the outfit she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And for the last few weeks, there's been experiments. They've been working on me and other people, other monsters like us,
A Minotaur and a Yaogwai.
and others.
And more? Oh no.
Not just monsters either. There was a human there too. I think she's famous. A hero, the Silver Sparrow or something like that.
That sounds bad.
There was a monster, Minerva, and not like us, not like a creature.
What kind of creature?
It was darkness. It was darkness made manifest. It would come into my cell at night, and it would throw itself on me and force itself into my mind.
Ooh.
And whenever that thing wasn't there, there was a woman there.
Tall, strong.
Yes, just like that.
It's weird that 2 words is all that one needs to describe such a dangerous creature. You're safe now, at the very least. Florian should be on his way.
Good. Eleanor, did Eleanor attack you? She was threatening you.
She tried. You know, it doesn't quite work as well when they bite.
She said she wanted to taste you.
I'd imagine I'm a bit chalky.
Who are your friends here?
This is Champion. This is Liam, and this is Silverbolt. They were also asked by Mr. Powers to help in securing your rescue.
Thank you, all of you. It means a lot to me that you would risk your lives for someone like me. I'm sorry I tried to bite you, Mr. Champion.
Stuff happens.
I've been starved for weeks. I don't know what that creature wants, but I don't think it's good for anyone.
No. And Minerva's going to turn her head around and look at the rest of the group. I think we have to stop them.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And she'll look at Liam and Silverbolt, see if they're in.
Not a question for me. I got a debt to pay. We'll get the other two out.
You can't go in there. You can't.
That's what they said about the Clambake.
Hate to break it to you, honey. It's either that or Mr. Powers, and I know I'm not. And I know what I'm scared of more.
You don't understand. That thing will kill you.
So will Mr. Powers.
You said Mr. Powers, it'll be quick.
Yeah, but it still won't be fun.
Serena, we have to try. We can't let anybody else suffer like you did there.
I can't let you. I can't.
You know, once I've made up my mind, there's no changing it. I'll come back.
Do you promise?
I do.
She kind of grabs both of your hands with her hands.
I do.
Stay away from the monster.
I will. We will.
And if you could, kick the crap out of that woman, I wouldn't hate that either.
I might be able to arrange that.
And with that, Mr. Powers will sort of arrive. He'll come in and say, wow, look at that. You guys actually managed to rescue one of them.
That's a third of the contract.
You seem surprised.
No, I'm not a gambling man, per se, but I suppose I didn't expect you to succeed in this task.
You put me on it, Mr. Powers.
Oh, I had no doubt that you would succeed, my dear. I just didn't think the rest of them would survive.
They're stronger than I think we imagined at first when we all got together, but they're dependable.
Well, that is high praise coming from Minerva. She sort of wrote the book on dependable.
And here we were just supposed to be chapters in the Expendable.
Young man, you have been a superhero for a month, maybe?
Yeah.
Superheroes don't usually have happy endings in this town.
Well, maybe it's time for a new book then.
Maybe we should go talk to Professor Mysterium about happy endings.
Professor. I don't know. I'm kind of done with college.
Oh.
He's not a student of history, is he? So, what's the plan to recover the other two?
Do we know where they are? There's something about level 6 Jupiter Enterprises, but I somehow doubt that's in the middle of downtown.
They're at a lake house.
A lake house?
Yeah.
I think we got a security badge to get in.
Oh, no, you don't. That's the worst part.
Well,
Trust me, I was hoping for the same thing, and my guy just got fired.
No, I mean, what about that that guy you killed? The annoying one.
Oh, I mean, I suppose.
I guess I
We
killed
still
him,
do have
but,
its badge. I don't know if he's been wiped from the records. I don't know how quick they do that. We can try it, but it's not a guarantee.
Well, surely you must have some idea how to get us in there, given your history with Jupiter Enterprises.
I don't have a skeleton key for every place that has JP on it.
You know, do you have an address for this place?
Yeah, I do. And I'll go ahead and write the address down for Minerva and Mr. Powers.
Oh,
The address is near Ohanzi Lake. That is the address he has.
I didn't want to say it. I forgot, but that sounded a lot easier.
Minerva kind of looks at it. Minerva kind of looks at it and says, "Okay. Well, let me go see if I can raise an army."
Yeah, a raiding party would probably be our best bet.
Okay. She'll look at Mr. Powers. Is Florian on his way?
He is. He's going to come in and check on our lovely Serena here.
Good. Now for the Elgoi and the Minotaur.
Here's hoping.
And,
you're free to take Eric with you if you would like.
I think he's been itching to get out from behind the bar since I asked him to help on the blood run the other night.
He is a fan. Violence is in his nature.
True. Well, I'll go see about the rest of that raiding party then. Let
What
him
about
know.
you, Mr. Slane? You gonna get any Irish people to come and help us?
No, and in fact, I have a proposition for you if we can talk in your office.
Ooh. I enjoy propositions. And he'll look at the rest of you guys. Does anybody else have anything they want to contribute before I take Mr. Slane away?
No.
Minerva's already heading back to her office, so.
Minerva, I'm actually going to follow you to your office.
Okay.
Well,
Maybe
I guess
left
I'll
at the
stay here and
bar.
drink.
Little hair of the lightning that hit you.
It's a way to avoid a hangover. Stay drunk.
All right. So where do you want to start with this, Alex?
I will go to Minerva and Karawasi first.
All right. So Minerva's heading up to her office. She's working her way up the stairs, and she kind of notices Karawasi's following her. She'll turn around. Do you need something?
Well, kind of, but I think it'd be better if we just spoke in your office.
Okay. Can I make an insight check to see if he's... I don't get a good feeling from him. I'm not going to make an insight check. I'm just going to say I don't have a good feeling. So head back to the office. Open the door. Let him go through first.
I'll go ahead and go through and then sit at the opposite side of the desk.
I was gonna say you can make an inside check, but I don't know what he's up to.
I know. I'm just sitting here going, no, that doesn't make any
Maybe
sense.
you should make an insight check.
So what do you need?
Well, first I want my radar.
Oh. She puts it on her desk.
Thank you. Second, I'm probably going to die tomorrow.
Why?
It's either I don't get the girl, I don't get the two monsters back, or I die in the raid. That's how the
Okay.
deal's panning out. But I'm one to, well, if I don't make it out there, I might as well try to sink the ship a little bit. Mr. Powers told me not to speak to you about the details of my debt due to your personal involvement. However, you do speak on the behalf of Mr. Powers right now, and I would like to divulge that information to you with yours or his permission.
All right.
You remember that monster I helped you wrangle up a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, the pair that were attacking the church.
Remember how I was shorted on that deal?
I remember. Yes.
I'm going to start lighting up my gauntlet a little bit. Then I'm going to reach into my pocket and then light a cigarette with the little lightning bolt. Well, that little toy your boss gave you, he gave that monster to JP Enterprises. It showed up at the lab.
Minerva's jaw line tightens. He what?
And if I had to reckon, and I'm a reckoning man, since I got paid on my part of the deal, I bet the other half went to our old Russian buddy Liam. Oh, Irish. Sorry about that, Liam. And I take a quick drink of something.
Minerva is. She kind of puts her hands on the table, and they're not her small, dainty, feminine hands. They're the giant clay ham hands of the golem. She's kind of losing focus.
Now,
Is
if you,
it all?
I don't know, you might want to talk to Liam to see what he knows about his monster wrangling business, since I told you my monster wrangling business. But be careful confronting Mr. Powers, or you might be down 2 men tomorrow.
If you want to live till tomorrow, you might just want to leave. Please.
Sure thing. And I'll go ahead and go to the bar cart and take a bottle of scotch and leave.
There's going to be the sounds of much destruction coming from Minerva's office.
Let's sit down next to Champion. Like, you hear that, Champ?
What?
Oh, that's right. The apple teenies.
Apple tea.
I may not be winning, but I sure as hell am getting even. And then Minerva just starts slamming upstairs.
You know, I don't get you, Silverfold. I really don't.
Hey, if you can't be the captain, you sink the ship. That's it.
I must be getting drunker because that actually made sense.
Eric, get Champ another one.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Get him on his best behavior for tomorrow.
Wow. Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh, actually, Champ, do you need a guy to fix all your toys or make you new gadgets?
Well, my car needs some work, as you may recall.
Well, I need a buddy who needs work.
You have a buddy that needs work.
Yeah, we both got fired.
I see. So is this a good friend of yours?
He is a good friend of mine.
See, I got a problem with that because I'm having a hard time trusting you. So for me to hire a good friend of yours is basically inviting a whole lot of trouble for myself.
Well,
I have no filter when I'm drinking. I'm sorry if that was a little too on the nose, but you know.
Think of it this way. If you're a decent friend of mine and you're already great, what could be better than a good friend of mine? I just call him in the morning.
All right.
I'll give him Ferguson's information, and I'm going to go to Ferguson's apartment because I'm homeless now.
Wow.
What you get for sleeping in the lab?
I didn't have to pay rent.
Oh man.
All right. So I'll pocket that contact information.
Awesome. Meanwhile, down in Mr. Powers' office, Mr. Powers walks you over to the booth. Liam, he doesn't take you all the way down to the sub-level office, but he comes over and he sits down at his booth, and he kind of gestures for you to sit down with him.
Yeah, I'll do that.
And he kind of looks you up and down, and he says, "So, what's on your mind?"
Before we start, why did you give me that beastie?
Because I knew it would mean that you owed me this favor. And I assumed it would bring peace of mind to your boss, Mr. Kelly.
And why does someone like you care about the peace of mind of a gentleman like him?
Because Mr. Kelly has a part to play in the years to come. That is very important. There are things moving behind the scenes, young man, that I have put in motion for the last 700 years. And the plates are finally beginning to align. But that's not anything you need to concern yourself with. You'll be long dead by the time my plans come to fruition.
Wow.
Fair enough.
So, a proposition you mentioned.
As I'm sure you're probably already aware, I find myself recently unemployed.
So you mentioned.
And I think that your little game of rescuing monsters is not quite as efficient as you'd hoped. If it took all that scheming just to get 4 of us here together.
To be fair, it's not a game that I play very often. But it is a game that I suspect we will be playing here at Club Tartarus more and more often as the years go along.
Well, that's good to hear, because my proposition was that you put together that crew. And you put me on it.
You want to go out and save monsters on my behalf.
I want to go out and protect people from the world.
Well, I think you should talk to Minerva about it. I would be happy to offer you a position here at the club.
Appreciate it.
I'll send the contract over if you survive your encounter tomorrow at sub-level 6.
All right.
I think I have some notion of what darkness Serena was talking about. And if it's what I think it is, you should all be very careful.
What do I look like? Anything but cautious?
Yeah, that flippant attitude's not going to get you real far with the creature in question. But you might put a smile on his face before he eats you.
Well, won't stop me from trying.
Very
I'll
well.
get up and give a grandiose bow with my hat on my chest. And probably go talk to Minerva. Or go try to find Minerva.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah, Liam, you can go find Minerva. That will be sort of the last scene for the evening, I think.
Duck.
By the time Liam gets up there, Minerva has probably completely trashed her office and is at the point of calming down. Still angry, but no longer in rage mode.
Are you still in golem form? And is your
Uh,
door still there?
the door is probably still there. Yes, I think it was more about like throwing papers and stuff around. I would say she's probably about halfway back from golem form.
I'll knock on the door.
You don't get an answer.
I'll just walk in anyways.
Then you see the mess and Minerva kind of disheveled and kind of not quite back to her human guise.
Look around. Well, what happened here, Miss Composed?
So you and Silvervolt got paid off by that monster a few weeks ago, huh? Mr. Powers just hands them over willingly instead of doing what he says he's going to do with them. Well, do you deny it?
Oh, definitely not.
And what happened to it?
Last I checked, still in the basement of the foundry.
Minerva's kind of breathing heavily through her nose, which is odd because you probably actually haven't seen her breathe the entire time you've been with her. Kelly Gang still has her. Jupiter Enterprises has the other one. I'm tired of this. That wasn't what we agreed upon. Wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Oh, if there's a still put together chair somewhere in the office, I will pull it up and sit down and I agree.
You do.
Yeah.
She'll kind of pull on the lapels of her coat that's kind of reformed around her shoulders. What are you saying?
I'm saying that there's enough people in this town trying to ruin the day of these people around us, and I'm certainly not going to be one of them anymore.
You quit the Kelly Gang? And you're still breathing?
Well, it helps that we killed all those Russians on our way to.
Of course.
Probably would have helped more if we'd killed that Ivan guy too, but you know.
Can we just...
Enough's enough.
Yeah, no more killing. But so what are you proposing? Are you going to be a vigilante-like champion? Righting the wrongs of the city?
Honestly, I was thinking about being more of a whatever you consider yourself. I mean,
Me?
besides the clay and all that kind of stuff, I don't.
I stay here. She glares at you and cocks an eyebrow like, really? You're gonna go there? I stay at the club. I help those that have either recently gone through a change or that are trying to figure out how to exist in this world where people know about them.
I'd say you've doing a lot of being outside of the club the past couple days.
Yes, and it's been different, good, even, but I don't know that it's something I'm going to do forever. I don't know. There's a lot going on right now. Serena was important to me to get back. The other two are also important. We have to put a stop to all of this. You should just let those that are willing to live in peace, just let them be.
I agree, but unfortunately, an old boss of mine certainly doesn't, and neither do any of his enemies or any of the bigwigs at any of the tops of these corporations or the tops of the police departments or the DMA or see where I'm going.
I do. So you're talking about protecting those that can't protect themselves. I'm still mad at you for what Mr. Powers did, but it's more him than you. I don't know. We have to
solace that they the ties that bind there are severed.
Right. I don't know. We have to survive this next run. But you've given me something else to think about now. And for what it's worth, you've been all right for this run.
Should have seen if that Volt guy had a recorder on him.
If there's one thing you're going to get, if there's one thing that you must know about me, it's that I'll be honest with you about how I'm feeling. And you should take that honesty and not misuse it.
Fair enough. And I'll stand up from the chair. Think on it.
Along with everything else that's ruminating in my mind now.
Well, I think tomorrow will probably come pretty close to dying, and I find that the near-death experiences chained together tend to clear one's mind.
I've already been through death. It's everyone else that seems to be worried about it now.
Well, think on it.
I will.
Awesome. So with that, I think that's where we're going to end things for tonight, as we're building up anticipation for the raid on sublevel 6 next week with Amazons and dark monsters and our heroes. Oh my!
Oh my!
Oh
Oh
my,
my.
oh lord.
Once more unto the breach, dear friends.
Oh Lord!
So thank you everybody for sticking with us all night tonight. It's always a blast every week bringing this game to all of you. If anybody is interested, this Saturday I will be doing a theatrical reading of The Magician's Sin alongside a couple of our other castmates here at Untold Stories Project. We'll also be doing a really big announcement for the future of the franchise, so if you are interested, that'll be on Facebook. Keep up with us. Send me a message if you want an invitation. I will be sure to get that over to you. We will be back here at Untold Stories Project next Monday with our Born of Rage werewolf game. And we'll be back here next Tuesday, same bat time, same bat channel, for the thrilling conclusion of The Lost and the Forgotten.